What's not working?
We were trying to get the girl power thing. There was an awful VHS thing you could rent where they cobbled together some of Richard Green black and white TV shows into a feature-length monstrosity and colorized it together. It was a great TV show, but that was it.
Hello, hello, hello. Joe, have you got me?
I sure do.
Great. Hello, everybody, and welcome to The Orange Couch. I'm Webb Wilder. We're here at Audio Productions in Nashville, Tennessee. This is the first, and we're doing it via themiracleofstageit.com. If you're watching now, that's the reason it's happening. This is the first one of the Orange Couch programs we've done at a time of day convenient for viewing by our UK and European friends and fans. And speaking of the UK, we have a recent Nashville transplant from the UK in the form of Callaghan, a great artist here today. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thanks. Better that you're here. So you told me you've been living in Nashville about 18 months?
Yes.
And I tried to do a little research on you, and it's kind of a neat story that you were a fan of Sean Mullins, and you contacted him, and
That's right.
the odds of that resulting in what has transpired are kind of a fairy tale story. He loved your music.
Yeah.
And some of you know Sean Mullins from his hits like Rockabye, and there's another big one that I'm...
Shimmer was a huge
Shimmer,
song
okay,
as well,
yeah.
of his. And then more recently, a song called Light You Up that was
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And so he loved your music, and he's done a fantastic job producing it.
Yes.
And so you've got that album that's
Yep.
out there, and the name of that album is...
That's Life in Full Color. That came out
Great.
2012. And so it was one of those kind of, experiences I look back now and think, wow, if I had never sent him that message, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Right.
So, it definitely reminded me that life's all about those little decisions that you take, and just to go for it really and, see what happens. And I've been here 3.5 years and it's been a crazy ride. So.
And I want to get to your first song, but we were just talking about you're from an area of England known as Lincolnshire. Mm-hmm. Boston is the name of the village. Is it a village?
Boston is like the town that I was born, but I only lived there for 6 weeks, so it was I've kind of moved around a little bit. My dad was in the Air Force, and so I've lived in a few different places, but
including under your sister's kitchen table.
That's right, yeah.
In London.
Yes,
yeah.
Yes, that is the first place I lived in London, under my sister's kitchen table, and
it's dedication.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, and it's always up from there, right?
Exactly.
So we'd love to hear a song. What are you going to play for us?
Yeah, so I'm going to play you the first single from that album, Life in Full Color. And this song really was written just a few months after moving to the States, and
Okay.
it was all about the journey of taking chances and following your dreams, and it's called Best Year.
Great.
This could be the best year of our lives if we tear up the rule book, leave it all behind. You work all day till you close your eyes. Let's get out of this town and find some bluer skies. And I feel the good times coming. I see a new sun rising. No wait, it's on the horizon. This could be the best year of our lives. Thinking about it, I don't know why we waited so long. Sitting there at that desk was never where I belong. Now we'll take this chance, do something of our own. Fly across an ocean, move 1,000 miles from home. Oh, I feel the good times coming. I see a new sun rising. Blue sky and an endless horizon. This could be the best year of our lives. Sometimes life offers a chance. Just one moment falls in your hands. Win or lose, wrong or right, life. It's all about the ride, and I feel the good times coming. I see a new sun rising. Blue sky and an endless horizon. This could be the best year of our lives. Thinking about it, I don't know why we waited so long. Thinking about it, I don't know why we waited so long.
Callaghan, and sort of an anthem of optimism.
Uh-huh. Yeah, good one for the new year as well.
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that the song that you began writing in the plane on the way to meet Sean
Yeah.
for the first time?
Almost. It was just it was a couple of months after meeting him, and when we'd started already recording the album, and then that song was written, and I was like, this has to go on the album. This really sums up the whole feeling of coming over here and meeting him, and yeah, it was a real whirlwind kind of moment,
Well,
so.
and it's great. I mean, there's not an ounce of cynicism in that song.
No.
It's all positive. And I read where one thing he was impressed with early on was your sense of melody. Mm-hmm. And obviously, this is the kind of stuff I love to talk about. But I did leave out something important: is that via themiracleofstageit.com, and we are here at Audio Productions in Nashville. I hope I said that by their good graces. You can send in your questions to us, for myself or for Callaghan throughout the program. And I didn't mention that earlier, so I'm sorry. But so people may have questions like that. Yeah. I know what I wanted to ask you about. So you've been in the States, would you say 3 years?
Yeah, about
Nashville, like 18
3.5
months?
years, yeah.
But at some point, you embarked on a house concert tour of America, right?
Yes, yeah.
That's a hell of a commitment. And strangely enough, in my limited experience, I found that house concerts book further in advance often than club gigs and stuff. So it's kind of a hard thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely something that I'd not really heard about before moving here, although I know that, the whole house concert scene has been going for a long time. But I did it slightly differently to how a lot of people do it, in that a lot of people that were booking the shows were already fans of mine. So I did it from, it was in May of last year, and it started in Boston. and it lasted one whole month, and we ended in San Francisco. So it was like 28 shows.
And you had it routed and spaced and enough of them, and
Oh, yeah, it
'cause
was
it's hard to do the
nonstop.
great flyover. It's hard to route yourself from El Paso to LA.
Yeah, it was like six. I think it was 6 shows a week we were doing.
Wow.
So it was like, yeah.
No shortage of gigs there. House concerts can be a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, it was incredible. I mean, to build the fan base, you know, for an independent artist, it's amazing because, you know, maybe you have a handful of fans that really want to come introduce you to their friends, and then they bring, you know, 50, 60, sometimes it was like 100 people to their house, and
have
you
a
end
real
up with
moment,
with a whole evening, to get to know these people, and they kind of become lifelong supporters.
And you find out how competitive show business is when you're doing a house concert and you have an opening act. And they're really good. And they're like 16 years old, you know. So, yeah, so you play keyboards and guitar.
Yes.
Is the next song a keyboard song?
It is, yeah.
All right.
Should I move over there?
Well, that's the best way to play it.
All right. Yeah, so I'm actually going to try something a little bit new. That I've been, over the last few weeks, I've been recording some tracks for my next album.
Okay.
And so I'm going to play you guys a brand new song. And I've only played this out once, and that was with a band. So this is the very first time I've
Well, we're honored.
done this solo, so we'll see how it goes. It's called Who Would I Be? There are days I know that I'm right where I should be, but underneath nothing makes any sense, and I get lost sometimes, with all the fear, with all the doubt, with all the voices crying out. Who would I be without you? Without you, who would I be without you? I can see all the things that I've left behind. When I close my eyes, I feel the strength they give me to survive. It's what you do to me. It's what you do to me. All the fear with all the doubt, with all the voices crying out. Who would I be every step along the way, every choice that I have made? Who would I be without you? Without you, who would I be without you?
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Beautiful singing, beautiful melody. Keyboard sounds great.
Thanks.
We've been getting some questions, and my monitor is my cell phone here, so I'm going to
Okay.
run them by you. Someone said, in fact, I'll tell you who said it. This is from Flash 3112. Sounds like a superhero. What do you miss most about England?
Well, obviously my family and my friends back
Sure.
there. That's really the hardest thing. On a more superficial note, I really miss the chocolate.
Yeah?
Yeah. I stocked myself up when I went back at Christmas, and I'm already out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's the other than friends and family, really. Yeah, there's some food that I miss. But interestingly, if you go to the ethnic food aisle in the supermarket here, you can get British food.
Oh, that's good.
Which is always
strange.
funny.
Yeah.
It's funny that British food is considered ethnic food.
Yeah, I never realized that. You know, I used to love the little in the hotels over there, the little Scottish wafers or whatever it is.
The shortbread?
Yeah, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
A little too much. Yeah. I think I'd miss the amplifiers, the Vox, Marshall, Hi-Watt, Orange,
Yeah.
you know, American guitars and British amps. Yeah. And someone else said, how long have you been singing and playing? All your life, I'd wager. This is from John Stewartist. I believe I'm pronouncing it right. Stewartist? John Stewartist?
All right. Yeah, I've been singing pretty much as long as I can remember. The piano I took up when I was about 14 to learn to songwrite with. So,
Great.
and then the guitar later on when I moved to London. So, but yeah, the whole performing thing is really. I guess I started doing shows when I was about 14 in the UK. And,
Solo or with a band?
Mostly solo. Yeah, and then later on with a band. And yeah.
So you're a fan, I know, of Emmylou Harris and who else? Lots of people, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of the songwriters, you know, I grew up listening to, well, I actually taught myself to play piano from Elton John books. So that was like my, you know, hero. And yeah, a lot of people like him and James Taylor and Carole King and, you know, the really great songwriters.
Sure. Great 70s songwriters.
Yeah.
And you have that strong, strident left hand thing. I don't know if strident's the right word, but firm, like Elton John. Yeah, and I like that. I can't play anything on keyboards.
Oh, okay.
You know, I'm keyboard illiterate, you know. But, so yeah. Well, what do you think? Another song?
Yeah.
A guitar song?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So I've got to ask you this. You're following in a great tradition of artists with one name, you know, like Zorro and Cher and Madonna. So how did you arrive at Callaghan? Your real name was Herbert Schwartz, and you...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Callaghan is my last name. So I was actually doing a tour in the UK when I was about, I think I was about 18 or 19. And all the guys that were working on the tour found out that my last name was Callaghan and thought it was super cool, you know, from like Dirty Harry and all of that. So they said, right, we're going to call you Callaghan. So, and it just kind of stuck, you know?
Yeah.
So
it's good.
And I feel like since my dad had 3 girls, I'm going to keep the Callaghan name going.
It's Irish, right?
It is.
That's great. That's great.
So, all right. Well, so I'm going to play you a song that's from my live album that came out in the summer, and this is a song actually that I wrote after a friend of mine who I knew in Atlanta. Who was in her late 80s, and we were having dinner one night together and talking about falling in love for the first time and kind of swapping stories. And she grew up in New York City, and in the 1940s she'd met this guy who she completely fell head over heels in love with, and she was telling me all about him. You know, it was like this big Hollywood romance. And then she said they kind of dated for a little while and then broke up, and she ended up marrying someone else, and she never heard from him again. And she said she'd always wondered what had happened to this guy. You know?
She wrote the song for you right
she
there.
She really did, yeah.
That's great.
You know, and so I have her to thank for this song. Yeah, it's called When You Loved Me.
Wow.
When you loved me, I was alive in every moment. The moment played out like a movie scene. When you loved me, I had everything I wanted. Reality was sweeter than the dream. When you loved me. Everything was simple then. My heart was virgin pure. When you're that young and innocent, it's easy easy to be sure. God, I believe how beautiful life could be when you loved me. I was alive in every moment. The moment played out like a movie scene. When you loved me, I had everything I wanted. Reality was sweeter than the dream. When you loved me, maybe in another world, maybe in another time, if we met tomorrow, you would still be mine. I can't believe we weren't meant to be. When you loved me, I was alive in every moment. The moment played out like a movie scene. When you loved me, I had everything I wanted. Reality was sweeter than the dream. When you loved me. There's a part of me that still lives when you loved me.
Beautiful.
Thank
Beautiful.
you.
Very special story, very special song. So David Becker wants to know, what do you think of the interviewer's hat?
I think it's mighty fine.
Well, thanks. If you saw what isn't under it, you'd probably like it even better. That's a funny question. Okay, yeah, and but we're taking your questions. That's the last one I see actually on here now. That doesn't mean there won't be more coming. We hope. And Lindsay's giving me sign language, so that's the one I have. Anyway, let's see. So the legend of Robin Hood looms large in Lincolnshire
In Nottinghamshire.
and Nottinghamshire.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
he's from Nottingham.
but that's near there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all know it's Nottingham, right? And you told me there really is a Sherwood Forest.
There is. Uh-huh.
I
Yep.
couldn't find much forest in England. It seemed like they've been cutting down the trees a long time.
Oh, really? Yeah,
But it
there's a
depends on
good
where you
bit-
go, I guess.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's a good bit still there. And if you go to Nottingham, you can go on a little Robin Hood ride that
Oh,
takes you
great.
back like to whenever it was he was around with the smells and everything. So
I was telling you I loved this TV show when I was a kid, The Adventures of Robin Hood with Richard Green, and I loved the theme song, and just a tiny snippet of it was like, he called the greatest archers to a tavern on the green. They vowed to help the people of the king. It was great. It was really great. Speaking of going places, you and I and many other electrifying artists are going to the great 30A Songwriter Festival in Florida
Yes.
tomorrow.
woo, that's right.
And will Sean be there, for instance?
I think he is. Yep, he is. Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of great folks there. I know Allison Moore, Sugarcane Jane, Mary Gaucher,
Yeah.
Grant Lee Phillips.
I think it's been growing every year, which is awesome.
I loved it last year, and I'm from Mississippi, but somehow I'd never been in the Panhandle of Florida, and it's really a neat
Oh
area.
yeah, such a gorgeous place. Yeah, white sandy beaches and hopefully a little bit of sunshine.
And you can find Gouda grits in almost every restaurant.
Yes.
Those are good, aren't they?
They are good.
I'm so happy to
Yeah.
find out that you're a Johnny Cash fan. I'm a big Johnny Cash fan, and I'm currently reading this great Robert Hilburn biography, and so we're going to do a Johnny Cash
Yeah.
song for you.
Let me little bit.
Maybe I ought to tune too. We tune because we care. And your other dates are online. Is it Callaghan something?
It's CallaghanSongs.com.
Okay.
Yeah, all my gig dates are up there, including I've got a huge big show coming up February 1st in Portland, Oregon.
Wow, it's
with my full band.
great.
And yeah, so people can go check them out.
You know, I noticed one of your band members on a little video thing I saw saying, you know, the music industry as he knew it doesn't exist anymore, but that you really understand it. Maybe if you ever get any spare time, you can explain it to me.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Seems to be constantly changing, but
It really is.
But the whole internet thing for independent artists is pretty cool.
Well, it's incredible. Like what we're doing right now was not an option when, in my day, when I first started making records and, you know, looking at maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or touring without a cell phone. I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah, no cell phone, no GPS, and expensive long distance charges, and but on the other hand, you know, venues actually ran ads on the radio and
Yeah,
did some of the
so
promotion
that's,
for you and things
the
like
bonus.
that, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is there another fan question out there?
Let's see. I have my fancy cell phone. I've got to be more efficient with it. Let's see. What is your favorite U.S. city?
Ooh, well, since I'm in Nashville, I better say Nashville.
Well, it's a good
do
one,
love-
and that was from. Let's see.
Yeah, where are they from? Have they
That was
said?
from Callaghan. And what's your favorite venue from Tom Dodson?
Oh, they're really hard, you know. Really, I've been to like 42 states over here now, so it's kind of hard to narrow down like what, you know. Every place has its charm, and but I mean, I love Nashville because I live here, and Atlanta kind of has become, you know, my home
Sure.
venue, home city, and then Chicago is another favorite of mine. I really love it in Chicago.
Chicago's been very good to me. Yeah. When will the next album be out?
Later this year, so I'm still trying to fit the recording around all the touring. So yeah, watch this space. It'll be sometime this year.
Great.
Hopefully, I'll get to go back to the UK later this year as well and do some more shows because it's
Super.
been a while since I've been back.
Well, and you can catch up on those things you missed.
Yeah.
Kama Fletcher wanted to know that about when will the next album be out. Well, you want to do this song?
Yes. Let's do a bit of Johnny Cash.
Okay, 2, 3.
I hear that train a-comin', it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, time keeps dragging on. Oh, but I hear that train coming on down to San Antone. When I was just a baby, my mom told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Probably rich folks eating on a fancy dining car. They're probably drinking coffee and smoking big cigars. Well, I know I had it coming. I know I can't be free. But those people keep moving, and that's what tortures me.
If they free me from this prison, if that railroad train was mine, bet that I wouldn't move it at all further down the line. Far from Folsom Prison, yeah, that's where I long to stay. it's rolling around the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. Oh, but I hear that train coming on down to San Antone. Yeah, I hear that train coming on down to San Antone.
All right. Hail Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
By now, we may have more questions. You know, an odd fact known by few, a book referred to often by Barney Fife on The Andy Griffith Show, is that song is a little bit, and I love Johnny, of a ripoff, according to the Robert Hilburn biography, of a song called Crescent City Blues
Yes,
that Johnny had
I've
heard,
heard.
but he made it into a better song, but it owed a debt, and that guy came out of the woodwork and he had to give him some money.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Canada?
I have. I went to Vancouver just about 2 months ago to do a show. Yeah, with a guy called Ed Kowalczyk from Live.
Vancouver's nice.
It was lovely. Yeah, I wish I could stay a little bit longer next time. It was. I liked how they had plastic money. That was pretty cool.
I like the fact that if
banknotes,
you're in
plastic.
Canada in the late fall, it's pretty wintry. And if you come over the Canadian Rockies in your Econoline van with your trailer, it's nice to get into this California-ish weather
Yes.
in Vancouver. Well, now they said play If This Is Love. I'm not sure we can play any more. Can we
Oh.
play any more? We can?
Yeah.
Would you do that
Okay.
song?
Sure. Yeah, this is another one from the Live album.
I'm Webb Wilder. I'm with Callaghan. You're listening to her via the miracle of the intraweb and stageit.com. We're here at the fabulous and always welcoming Audio Productions in Nashville, Tennessee, Music Business City.
So this is a happy breakup song.
All right.
And
Yay, we broke up.
Yay! And actually, people can get a little taster of my live and studio album if they go to my website. There's a 6-track or 5-track EP they can download for free.
How nice.
Yeah, CallaghanSongs.com, and they can go get some free music. All right. If this is love, if this is what I've been waiting for, if this is love, I don't want it anymore. Go ahead and tell me what you're thinking. Say the words you don't want to say. I can see it in your eyes, but there's just so many lies. It's hard to find the truth among the hate. Go ahead and close the door, babe. Leave your memories by the phone. This is all there is. If it's all you got to give, maybe I'm just better off alone. If this is love, if this is what I've been waiting for, if this is love, I don't want it anymore.
Well, I guess we're out of time. Callahan, thank you so much. I'm glad we
Thank
got to
you.
squeeze in that last
Yeah.
request. So check her out, folks. Free 6-song EP at callahansongs.com.
Come. That's right.
And she'll be at 30A Songwriter Festival. I'll be there too. She's got lots of other dates coming up, a big show in Portland. And I'm Webb Wilder, the last of the full-grown men. As always, work hard, rock hard, eat hard, sleep hard, grow big, wear glasses if you need them. The Webb Wilder Credo. She heard the train coming, it rolled around the bend. She sat here and was interviewed by the last of the full-grown men on the orange couch, stageit.com. I've got to make up more words or I just might bomb. Your turn.
I think you should do another one.
Okay, bear with me. I keep a close watch on this show of mine. We come on all the darn time. I'm reading a book, that doesn't mean I can rhyme. We love Johnny Cash, ain't got no stash.
Nice.
Welcome to Skin of Our Teeth Productions. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was awesome.